and welcome to this week's Sheldon Road Church Sunday Supplement. We're so pleased to see you all. Today, Monica will be talking to us about fruit.
Welcome to our fruit quiz. Now the idea is that you're going to have a list of all sorts of different types of each fruit, and you have to work out which one is the fake one. So which is the fake type in the list, and we'll give you the answer. Okay, so our very first one, apples. Which is the fake apple? So you've got Liberty, 20 ounce, Macintosh, Red Delicious, Fragrant Festival, Fuji and Cortland. So which one is the fake one? And the answer is Fragrant Festival. So well done if you got that. Next one, which is the fake rhubarb? So this time you've got Canada Red, Yorkshire Red, Prince Albert, Sunrise, German Wine, Victoria and Timperley Early. So which one of those is the fake one? Which is the fake rhubarb? And the answer is Yorkshire Red. Yorkshire Red is the fake one. Okay, oranges now. So which is the fake orange? Washington, Cara Cara, Blood Orange, Florida Blush, Pineapple Orange, Hamlin and Bergamot Orange. So which one is the fake one? And the answer is Florida Blush. Florida Blush is the fake orange. Okay, well done if you got that. Now this time, which is the fake blackberry? You've got Loch Ness, Apache, Columbia Star, Marionberry, Triple Crown, Black Gold and Chester. So which one of those is the fake one? And the answer is Black Gold. It's actually a type of blackberry wine. Black Gold is the fake one that time. And now we're on to pears. So which is the fake pear? Langley Sweet, Yellow Bartlett, Summer Crisp, Bosc, Pineapple Pear, Kefir or French Butter Pear. So which one is the fake one? And the answer is Langley Sweet, the first one in the list. So Langley Sweet is the fake pear. Now on to our last question. Which is the fake cherry? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this, but I'm going to go with Chelan, Rainier, Bing, Pearson, Lappins, Tulare or Lambert. So which one of those is the fake one? And the answer is Pearson. Pearson is the fake cherry. So well done if you got that one. And well done for getting through the quiz. I don't know how you got on. Don't know if you got any right, but I hope you managed to get one or two right anyway. Thank you very much indeed.
John chapter 15. I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit he prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me, as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself, it must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. you sent Jesus, you are the Lord. And you sent Jesus, you are the Lord. And you sent Jesus, Almighty God, you are mine. That's why I worship. That's why I pray. That's why I look to you to help me all the way. You are the Lord, and you are everywhere. You are the Lord, and you are everywhere. You are the Lord, and you are everywhere. Almighty God, you are all.
Hello, my name's Trevor and I'm sitting here in the orchard at Laycock Abbey. As you will have gathered already, this week's subject is about fruit. And what a delightful setting it is to explore this. It's fantastic on this lovely summer's day. I wonder, how did you get on in the fruit quiz? I have to confess, I didn't get a single one right. Have you ever been here to Laycock? Have you ever been to the apple festival that they used to hold in the autumn? It's a fantastic experience. Plugging it for them now, really, aren't I? If they hold another one. I have been a couple of times. And there, going to these places, then I learnt that there were over 2.5 varieties of apples that can be counted. And a lot of these are on display. Not all of them, of course. That would be far too many. Now, maybe you already know that there are some fruits that have a rather special meaning in the Bible. And I expect you'll be thinking, okay, Bible, fruit, apples, yeah, I've got it, it's the Garden of Eden, it's Adam and Eve, and I would say, well tried, but actually the Bible doesn't tell us what kind of fruit it was in the Garden of Eden that Adam and Eve were tempted by, only that it was a fruit and that the tree was in the middle of the garden, so it had some sort of prominent place there. Actually, if I'm honest, I was hoping to find a vine backdrop for this filming, but I couldn't find one, so I thought, well, this was a very nice place instead, nice and quiet. You'll have already seen and heard the reading from John's Gospel, because Jesus is using the vine as an illustration for being united in him. So I think you'd have understood why I'd want to use vine. And I want to go deeper today, because there was a very special reason why Jesus chose the vine. It wasn't just a neat agricultural illustration. And I wonder, do you know why that was, why he chose that? We're going to pause for a few seconds and have a look at some pictures of vines and think about it. You see, ever since Old Testament times, the vine had been used to represent Israel, the people of God. The Bible speaks of a fruitful vine when God's people are being fruitful and faithful to him and all is going well. And then in contrast, there are some powerful verses in Isaiah that speak of the vine which is not fruitful at all. It needs to be cut right back or even destroyed to start all over again. You see, Jesus wasn't the only person who used agricultural illustrations. At the time that Jesus lived, there was that great temple in Jerusalem that was built by Herod the Great years before. I think they were still working on it when Jesus was alive even. It was by far the biggest and the best of all the 3 temples that occupied that site over the many centuries. It was magnificent. It was 9 stories high. Now that was really, really tall for those times. But more importantly, for what we're saying today, is that as you entered the temple's great doors, it would be a bit like entering the great west doors in any cathedral in our land. Any visitor was confronted by a spectacle that they would never have seen before. In front of them, on a wall that reached high above them, was a relief carving, and it was covered in gold. What a sight that would have been, you know. It was a carving of a vine. A carving was so high that the individual clusters of grapes were recorded as being as tall as a person, 5'6" tall. It was just magnificent. Well, now, our church, Sheldon Road Church, it's got a large cross prominently displayed on the outside of the building. And when you go inside the church itself, there's a lovely cross there as well, big one, really big one. And it's a clear symbol that we are Christians. It represents something of our identity. And in the same way, this magnificent relief carving of the vine was the symbol of Israel. It represented their identity. So now the scene is set, I hope, for what Jesus said to his disciples and how they would understand it when he said, I am the true vine. Did you catch that? Not just, I am the vine, I am the true vine. Jesus is making a very important point here, that what is happening from that time on is something new. It's not like the old vine, which for centuries, unfortunately, had failed to bear good fruit. But something new was about to happen. It was a new vine, new fruit, with Jesus as the true vine. And we're connected to him. A few weeks ago, along with many Christians all throughout the whole world, we celebrated the coming of the Holy Spirit at Pentecost, and that was a very special time for us. It marks the moment that this great power came on Jesus' 12 disciples. Away went their timidity, hiding away behind locked doors. Suddenly they were out there on the streets of Jerusalem shouting out the good news that Jesus was alive, he'd been raised from the dead, and that if we put our trust in him, God will welcome us into his family. It's a bit like being the new Israel, the new people of God. And it was through this power that wonderful things happened and still happen today. God's people can be filled with his love, with his joy, with his peace in all kinds of difficult situations. And God's presence in our lives can help us to be patient and kind and to be better people. It can bring touches of gentleness and faithfulness and even self-control. These are wonderful qualities which the Apostle Paul picked out in one of his letters. And do you know what he called them? He called them fruit. That's right, fruit. The fruit of God's presence in our lives, the fruit of the Holy Spirit working in us. Now there might be 2,500 varieties of apples. No way I could remember all their names, but there are just 9 qualities listed as the fruit of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Well, that's something worth having.
Thank you for joining us today, and we hope you've enjoyed it. Next week, Dave will be talking about birds. Thanks for your company today. We'd love you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's no cost, and if you press the bell symbol, you'll get notifications when there's a new video available. If you've enjoyed the video, we'd appreciate you pressing the thumbs up symbol too.